So I can see here that these are my two parallel lines, and I know that because they have this symbol right here. Whenever two lines have the same number of little arrows on them, that means that they're parallel to each other. And then the transversal is the one that cuts through those two lines and intersects them. So let's go over the types of angles first. We have corresponding angles. So let me start by drawing a box around my four angles and my four angles down here. So corresponding just means in the same position. So if I'm looking at my picture, let's start with angle 1. Angle 1 and angle 5 are in corresponding positions because if you think about like kind of desk tables, student 1 and student 5 are both sitting in the upper left-hand corner. And the same thing is true about student 2 and student 6. They're both in the upper right-hand corner. Students 3 and 7 are corresponding because they're bottom left. And then student 4 and 8 would be corresponding because they're bottom right. And we know that corresponding angles are equal to each other. So if you can identify two angles that are corresponding, you know that they will be equal to each other. All right, so now let's move on to alternate interior. So for those, when we're talking about interior, we're talking about in between the parallel lines. So we are talking about the section in here. And alternate means just like opposite. So if I'm looking at angle 3, the alternate interior angle is going to be the angle that's also inside, so in between these two lines, but on the alternate side or the opposite side of the transversal. So that would be angle 6 right here. These two are alternate interior because, again, they're inside and they're on different sides. And we found out that those angles are also equal to each other. So any angles that are alternate interior angles will be equal. And last one is same side interior. So we're still inside the parallel lines, but this time we're looking at same side. So if I'm looking at angle 4, we're looking at the one that's on the same side. That would be angle 6. Okay, so this one is same side, and then the blue would be the alternate. Okay, so we have angle 4 and angle 6. And for those ones, we found out that those angles add up to 180, or supplementary. All right, so we have those three types. And then vertical angles is the last one. You can see here that when I make like an X with two lines, it creates these four angles, and the angles that are across from each other are equal. So I can see that angle 2 and angle 4 are equal because these are the same size. And then angles 1 and angle 3 are equal because those are also the same side. So that's a nice tool that if it makes like an X, we know that the ones across from each other will be equal. Like looking at my picture right here, I know that 5 and 8 would be equal because those are vertical angles.